Today is June 8th, 2020, and we invited back our Houston Asian American Archive participant, Terry Wong, who is the owner and front of the house manager of our favorite, everyone's favorite, I guess, barbecue, Asian fusion barbecue restaurant, Bellaire, the Blvd barbecue. So thank you so much. And my name is Anshi. Um, we will love to start by asking you how the restaurant is doing, how you're doing, and how um, like the restaurant has been impacted by the pandemic.
You kind of broke up there at the end. What did you say?
Oh, I was just saying, could you start by telling us how the pandemic has impacted the restaurant and
Okay, yeah, definitely. Well, first of all, we're speaking for us. We're luckier than the majority of most restaurants, I think. From the beginning of the of COVID, the first initial month was very slow, just like everybody else. Um, I would probably venture to say maybe 30% or hovering around there.
mm,
And then I would say it kind of slowly got better till to about close to 50% until I would say the last week or so. And now we're hovering probably closer to around 60% now. So, I mean, it's not, obviously it's not like it was before the pandemic, but, uh, speaking from the restaurant industry, as you know, tons of places had to close down, or they're still closed and literally just opened May 1st because of the allowing with the dine-in at 25% and then 50. So we're just blessed that we were able to stay open. Even if it was just doing the takeout only model. So we're lucky, very lucky.
yeah. Yeah, and our last interview was right before the pandemic unraveled, and you were talking about the rumors it's causing the business to significantly drop at that time already, and you started eating out more than ever in Chinatown. Can you
Yeah.
share with us some of the, including this one, some of the other initiatives that you have been taking to support Chinatown's businesses?
um, well, initially when the pandemic started, I had an idea that I was going to make a print guide, sort of, and not just Chinatown. I was going to make a print guide of basically all the Asian restaurants all over Houston. Obviously,
Mm,
that's a huge undertaking. Obviously, because there's probably thousands of restaurants. I'm assuming across the city. But I have a good close a group of my close friends that are helping me with the effort. Obviously, I can't do it all by myself, um, but we kind of decided that that would be too difficult to do. The reason being is the constant changing in restaurants' schedules, obviously their hours. So we thought that that would be impossible to do, and it would probably be more confusing for people than help because of that. So we decided not to do that, and then I myself with my friends decided that it would be a better idea to try the whole Facebook social media thing, the Chowdown in Chinatown thing. So where we can do it, together on a daily basis, where we get to interact with not only the business owner, but even the customer that goes somewhere. They'll post it on our group and relay it back to us. Oh, I went to such and such place. They're open now, or they're not open now, or they have this on special, because of the pandemic. So that's helped immensely, and it's pretty gratifying. We've seen it help quite a few businesses out there, because as you know, there's a lot of mom and pop Asian places you know, where there's a language barrier. You know, their menus aren't in English, or their English is limited, so they can't answer the phone. They can't answer your questions. So, you know, the being able to interact with them and post, you know, their information on social media helps them greatly. Whereas before they couldn't, they had no way to communicate with, you know, with people that can't speak Vietnamese or speak Chinese, or, you know, so it's worked out well. Worked out well so far. So far.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing on your social media that you and the restaurant has also taken part in supporting the medical workers by providing food for their teams in the
Yeah.
hospitals.
Yeah. Yeah. We've been pretty lucky with that too. We have quite a few of our personal friends that are in healthcare, and our customers. And again, we're super lucky. We're blessed to have some really amazing friends that not only donated money. Same thing with our customers here. You know, we didn't even ask them. They asked us. You know, hey, we want to help. We want to donate money. You know, that we want to remain anonymous. You know, here's, you know, $1,000. You know, here's $500. Here's $200. Here's $100 here and there. You know, we want to feed, you know, frontline workers. So that's what we did.
Oh, that's amazing.
It's been cool. Yeah.
Yeah. And how about the impacts to the restaurant menus? Did you have to take off any of the items because we heard there was a supply chain disruption on the
There
meat?
is, yeah, there is, definitely is. So there, beef is the most affected right now, specifically brisket. So a lot of places, you know, can't get as much beef. We're lucky. Um, you know, we felt the effects of the shortage of the beef a little bit on the brisket, but it's not too bad. So we just had to lower our pars on a daily basis. So we don't have quite as much brisket on a daily basis, but we do have it every day, just not as much. So
Nice.
we had, you know, that was our way of dealing with it for right now. It's our only choice. So we just have to tell the customers, if you want brisket, you got to get here early. So so far it's been okay. And you know,
Yeah.
we upped the pars. We increased the pars on non-beef items. Like we have more pork now. We have pulled pork, more chicken, more turkey, more non-barbecue items. Like we're doing beef cheek tacos, pulled pork tacos, and some sandwiches.
Yeah.
To kind of help you know, the shortage of brisket. And it's worked so far. We've been lucky.
Cool. And how about the staff? Like, did you happen to have to let anyone go in your among your employees?
No, amazingly, you know, knock on wood, you know, because it's still going on. But amazingly, we have all the same staff. The only staff member that we had to cut the hours, obviously, was our bus girl, because there's nothing to bus with no dining room. So she was the only employee that obviously had to take a huge, you know, cut in hours. But you know, we still have her. We still through all this, we still had her on every day. We would, you know, have her come help the last 3 hours of service every day to help clean up. So she was still able to have, you know, 3 hours a day, which is better than 0 hours a day. So
Right.
so not too bad.
And how about
And,
them? Yeah. How
yeah.
about the?
So
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Go ahead. Oh, I was just
So it's not
asking.
too bad now. Hmm? Good.
No, you're good. Oh, was just asking how about the management of the restaurant? Like, did you have to like take like much differences in the protocols you run the restaurant? Like,
Yeah, we actually decided not to even open the dining room, basically, literally until this past Saturday. We just did the takeout only We opened up the patio, 4 tables on the patio, probably for 2 weeks now. But again, no dine-in, zero, until this past Saturday. So we've only actually had dine-in 2 days. That's it.
Yeah.
And we're not opening, you know, the whole thing. Just 6 booths. That's it. Yeah, 6 booths, and then 4 tables outside. And we're gonna kind of roll with that for now. We'll see. You know, what the city officials say in the next week. Maybe we'll open up some more, you know, before Father's Day or something like that. Play it by ear.
Yeah. Also, with the pandemic's impact on people having to stay in more, I'm not sure if that's the same case for you, but given people are staying in more, do you happen to feel closer or otherwise with your family or friends during this difficult time? How has your relationship with your loved ones or family and friends changed during the lockdown?
Oh yeah, that's been super difficult. Yeah, you know, me personally, I'm probably a little bit guilty, just because we're tired of, you know, not being able to see family, especially our parents. So probably not being as strict on ourselves as we should, as we were in the beginning. Like me, for example, I think I've seen my parents a couple of times a week now, whereas before, I mean, I didn't see them for like a month, you know, besides talking to them on the phone. But you know, it's not like we're, you know, in each other's face, and we're not really hugging or anything like that. But you know, we're in the same room per se.
Yeah.
But yeah.
How about your colleagues? Like, did you happen to be closer because you have to depend on each other more than before?
Oh, definitely have to depend on each other more. I mean, you know, I can't speak for everybody, but me myself, I mean, yeah, if I didn't have you know, friends, colleagues to talk to, I'd probably go crazy because, you know, that just speaking for myself, you know, for us at the restaurant, I mean, it's so much more stressful. You know, you're talking, you know, 5 times more work, you know, for less money, you know what I mean? Less sales. So it weighs on everybody. And yeah, we're looking forward to a vacation. The whole staff needs it for sure. For sure.
And how about the hygiene and sanitation protocols? Are you guys taking some additional steps to ensure the safety of the customer?
Yeah, we do. How we operate over here is, you know, everybody wears masks and gloves. Uh, Everybody washes their hands. I mean, everybody in the restaurant business anyway, pandemic or no pandemic, you wash your hands a billion times a day. And then now it's even, you know, tenfold, you know, whenever you have to take your gloves off. So yeah, everybody stays masked up and gloved up over here. We basically spray down the entire dining area and cashier area where you get your food. We spray it down multiple times with the hospital grade disinfectant too. So we do that every day, probably 3-4 times a day.
That's great to hear. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
And also, I was just wondering, at the beginning of the pandemic, we had, including the rumors about Chinatown, like we've also seen a lot of targeted racism, like people vandalizing Chinese restaurants or Asian restaurants in general, and like yelling like very bad racial slurs targeted at Asians. Have you personally experienced anything similar to that?
No, fortunately, I haven't. You know, and unfortunately, I have friends and colleagues that have experienced it. You know, which is too bad. You know, it's unfortunate. You know, it's 2020. But us personally, here at the restaurant, me, my family, our staff, our Asian staff that we have here, haven't had any. But yeah, I definitely have heard. I'm not gonna say a lot, but I've definitely heard of situations, slurs, nothing physical. I haven't heard. I don't think I've heard any physical um, altercations, racial altercations. Just all verbal stuff. So.
So turning on to the kind of more future aspects, do you think this pandemic has changed any of your future plans or any of your future perspectives about like how your life should be in the future?
Yeah, for sure. It's kind of hard to avoid at this point. Uh, I think like it or not, I mean, obviously hygiene. You're just more self-conscious. You know, um, I've always showered twice a day, so it's not that huge of a big deal. But since the pandemic, I pretty much shower immediately when I get home. Instead of before, I would get home, sit around, and then I don't take a shower until before I go to bed. But now with the pandemic, I shower like literally when I walk in the door, so you're not, contaminating anything unnecessarily. Yeah, I feel like I seriously feel like I wash my hands 1,000 times a day. Like my hands are so smooth now because all the hand washing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as far as business wise, little things like condiment station, being able to put barbecue sauce on our table. We don't do that anymore because of the situation. So have to basically hand pack, all the sauces, all the pickles, all the onions, all the jalapenos, and then both, sauces. Can't put napkins down on the table anymore. There's, the customer cannot get their own napkins. So stuff like that, It seems little, but yeah, it's just it's little tedious things that you got to kind of remember. And if that has to be from now on, it has to be from now on. If it changes back to semi-normal, that would be nice. But that's wishful thinking at this point.
Yeah. How about the habits of your customers since everyone's doing more like eating on the patio and curbside pickups? Do you see like their habits will change for good?
Their habits, yeah, definitely. Like for example, during the pandemic, we actually started taking phone orders, which we never did that before, and that's because there wasn't enough business. To be quite frank, I mean, there's no lines anymore. We went from having a line literally every day before we opened to no lines, like zero. So we started taking phone orders, and that helped. That helped greatly. Um, so we actually didn't start getting any kind of lines at the restaurant until probably last weekend. So it's not like pre-COVID or anything like that. Where there's 30 people waiting before we open. Nothing like that. Now we'll get like, 15, 10, 15 people in line at once, which isn't too bad, but it's still a line. So we don't take phone orders anymore right now, unless there's no line. If there's no line and somebody wants to order, obviously I'll take it, but otherwise I can't because it's not fair to the people waiting in line. We got to make sure that they, get food. So.
Can you share like one most memorable experience you had during the pandemic?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Um, hmm. Yeah, I guess I do have one, and it doesn't have anything to do with it doesn't have anything to do with the barbecue restaurant. It's actually my Chinatown Chowdown group. We did we did a live stream on Facebook to raise money for our Chinatown group, and we ended up raising like $1,100 in 2 hours. So we did a live stream of mukbang. So we did a mukbang video on noodles.
Mhm.
So a friend of mine named Chris Wong owns a place called Ninja Ramen, and he did one a few days, 2 or 3 days before. So I've been familiar with mukbang before, but not as an avenue to raise money until I saw my friend Chris's Facebook video, and I thought it was really clever because he raised money eating chicken McNuggets. I mean, who would have thought? So I got together with my my friends in the group, and we decided to do a noodles mukbang to raise money, and it was amazing. I think we got 10 people, and then people donated live on live stream, and they would pick a person that, like, they would say, I'm gonna pay Terry Wong, I'm gonna donate $5 each bowl, right? So basically they did that $1,100 worth. So it was really cool. It was really cool. Raised some money too. So we're gonna do some more mukbangs. We just have to decide on which ones. I think we're thinking about a dessert one, maybe if we have time before crawfish season's over, we might do a crawfish one, something like that. Chicken wings, something easy and small,
Yeah.
that's easy to do.
Did you have to eat a lot? Because
I
$5.
think I did 6 bowls, small
Wow.
bowls. Obviously, we did small bowls. There's no way we could do something like this with a regular or a big bowl. Be crazy. Won't be able to do it. So we did the little small rice bowls.
Mhm.
Chris, my buddy Chris, did 15 or 16, but he's crazy. He can eat a lot. So he's super skinny. I don't know how he can eat so much.
Just my last question, I guess,
Yeah.
regarding the social structure. We kind of start to not just start, but this pandemic has helped us realize about the impact being more on the on uh, on the poorer population and the
Yeah.
people who have less social representation um, are the ones who are impacted more, either healthcare wise, like they don't have enough hygiene products, like the homeless people, and
Yeah.
they, and also financial wise, people who are financially unstable wasn't doesn't have that enough funds. So what is that change about your perspectives on the social structure and the inequality in our current society?
Yeah. I mean, that's a tough question because, I wish there were a way, or, maybe some of these bigger companies, could make, the little things like, sanitizer, hand soap, more accessible, or cheaper even. Because during the pandemic, you saw some alcohol companies step up and actually change their what do you call it, their uh, product from alcohol to making hand sanitizer, and I thought that was really cool.
Mhm.
But the problem is I don't really see anybody doing that anymore. I'm like, why not? You should just keep making it. You know what I mean? Keep making it, donate it, or if you're not going to donate it, sell it for at cost or something. Make a nickel. Something like that. Because I feel like when I see sanitizer, it's not as scarce now, but I feel like when I see it at Target, or if I see it at Walmart or wherever online, I feel like it seems really expensive. I don't know about you. it seems like it's expensive, but I don't know.
Yeah, there's definitely some price increase.
Yeah, it seems like it. And you know, I know it's all about, you know, the supply chain thing too. So maybe there's no way around it. I don't know, but it does seem expensive to me. I'm lucky over here because my mom made a whole bunch herself, so I'm good at my house. My mom, my mom, my mom is a crafty Chinese mom, so she made it herself.
Cool.
She has all this free time, so she makes hand sanitizer.
Wow. You have a home like manufacturer over there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
She doesn't make that much, but enough, plenty enough for the family. Luckily.
great. That's the end of my questions. Is there anything else you'd like to share?
Um,
Like
no, I
words
guess
of the
that's it.
community and how we can support each other in times like this.
Well, yeah, definitely. You know, I encourage any fellow Asian Americans that have free time to patronize all the Asian restaurants. I understand if you can't go there, you know, and you want to take precautions not to go inside. That's fine, but you know, still maybe just get takeout something because they're suffering very, 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 very bad. I myself, I try to go on Monday and Tuesday because that's really the only chance I can because of work. So me and my group of friends, we just try to go support um, uh, the Asian businesses every week, and we've been doing that for months. Like I have not eaten out this much in my entire life because you know we're trying to help out you know the Asian businesses. So I would definitely encourage all the Asian Americans or non-Asian Americans, doesn't matter. Anybody that likes Asian food, please go support the Asian restaurants. Yeah.
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your time and effort. I
No
know you.
problem. Sorry it was so hard to get a hold of me.
Oh,
It's
no
just
problem.
it's just crazy. It's crazy nuts. And I have to drive like a grandma because I think I told you before that I lost my eye, right? So I have to drive very slow. So, yeah. Any more